But then when they'd have been 2 more on board. Okay, we can stop now. Stop. Yeah.
I'm gonna raise to $8.
Well, boy, we can't get the high full house. You're doing that shit.
We can't? Oh, okay. I'll just keep it at 8 then. I got 3 callers. Loosey goosey.
I bet I feel well winner. Because you're right. $8.
I call. Thank you, Ray, for the kind donation.
You're welcome.
Oh, you're right. Where's those solo cups, dude?
Back here.
15.
Humble.
Oh, he got the blow through.
If there's a 5 on the river, I'm smacking the back of the head. I had King 5 is what I voted pre-flop.
Oh. Hey guys.
No, that's he said that's 4 kids.
Oh, I was a little bit.
You made it 7, it's just 6.
What is it, 7?
700.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that is 7.
Oh, God.
Don't mess my mind up, dog.
Hey!
I checked.
There's tie. 1 to win.
So you, I checked.
on me. 3,000.
He timed out the high.
Bruce,
That's 12.
Yeah.
Hell.
Got it. 1.
Raise.
That being 32.
He did more screwed up stuff in this tires than stupid shit. Anything I've seen.
That's it.
I'm the big one.
5,500.
Yeah. How much time's on the clock?
7 minutes.
Don't your phone have a zoom button on it?
You might have. Let me try
It
it.
does. At least back it up to the rail while you're filming. Can you do that for me at least? If it don't, buy you a new phone that's got a zoom on it. But I'm pretty sure they all got a zoom on it.
It's called an elbow.
Yeah.
Checked.
You win.
Got everything got there, didn't it? Straights and whatever.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Zoom in on that. Zoom in on that, baby. Woohoo! Hey, we're going to Cherokee. Haha, let's go. Look where I am. Harrahs, Cherokee. Finally made it. I might play that 6 max today. Might play some cash. I haven't decided yet, but I'm definitely going to play the monster tomorrow. And hey, let's go get going. Come on. Look at this hat. You like it?
Hey.
Okay, first break. I run real hot to begin with. I got from 15k starting stack to 28k. I nearly doubled it. I think I was about double, maybe more. Then I run ace king into jacks, went crazy with it, and lost 10,000 there. So I'm at the starting stack, and since then I won a couple, but I keep losing. I can't get a winner. So I've dwindled down to less than my starting stack. I think I've got about 12k now. So come on boys, wish me luck. Chip preservation sometimes is what you need to do. Anyway, I'm going to go back. I got just below the starting stack. Still plenty of blinds, something like 25, 30 big blinds, so I'm good. Let's see if I can do a bit better. I'm out of the dang tournament. I had jacks, went all in pre-flop, and the big blind calls me with king 10. Another guy called, God knows what he had, and the flop obviously came king high. Those two got side action, and there was a 7 and another 7 on the river. King 10 won it. I'm out. Can't win them all. I'm gonna win one of these things one day. You've got that coming, I'm telling you now. Unbelievable! Okay, as you can see, I'm out of the 6 max tournament. It's a pretty good tournament. I was running real good right at the beginning. I had a couple of great hands and chipped up. I started with 15k. I had 32, 33k at one point, and then I got involved in this ace king hand. I raced pre-flop. There was middle position re-raise, blinds folded, and I re-raised from the 12. I think the blinds were 100, 200. I made it 600. I think he made it 1500, and I made it 4000. The guy had just sat down. I had ace king offsuit, and he sat back in his chair a little. He had about 11, 12,000 in front of him, and maybe even 10, 11,000, because I think he'd lost or something. So he made the call. So obviously, if you call him 4,000, he's got a bit of something. But I was repping the monster aces, kings type hand, and I decided to set him all in on the flop, regardless of what happened on the flop, so that I could just rep like the aces and the kings. Of course, it comes 7 high, which is not a scary flop for an overpair, but I stuck to my plan. Good or bad, I stuck to my plan. I shoved it all in there, and he was allowed 1 rebuy, obviously, so he's in the rebuy stage. But he started talking. He said, oh, I've got jacks here. I can't really fold jacks, he said, on that board type thing. He said, but he obviously thought about the fact that I could have had aces, kings, queens though. And he said, well, he said, I got a call, and he made the call. Obviously he did. I would have made the same call in his position, probably. And he said, had it been a rebuy, not the rebuy, if it had been later in the tournament, he would have folded. So I don't know if he thought that I was on the aces and kings. He was making like a crying call, I guess. But I got a bit silly with that hand. I didn't need to do that. When I was up so many chips and running so good, and that's the mode, I really should have just taken it easy with ace king. And I normally do in those situations. Once he re-raised there, I should have just flattened him, disguising the strength of my hand. I would have missed the flop. He would have bet his jacks, and I could have folded. And got away with nothing. No, he wouldn't have harmed me in the slightest. I know better, Didn't do it. Anyway, there you go.
Yeah. There was a bad beater. Yeah.
I got a hillside. What the heck? Day 2 at Cherokee. Just had my shower. Ready for action. Yesterday, I played the cash game and run it up from 200 to over 600. Whew, pretty good. Now then, today's day 2. Good morning. Yesterday it went okay. I crashed out of the 6 max with Jacks versus King 10 when the King came on the flop. But prior to that, I had a hand where I had a 9-6, and I think I was in the blinds. There was 2 or 3 in the hand. It was, I sort of limped in, and then it was sort of raised a little, and then someone called, so I was priced in. I called, type of thing, and the flop came down. I hit middle pair with my 9, Jack, 2 clubs, turn was a club. There was some betting, I had to call, and then a 9 came on the river, and it checked to me. There was 2 of us left by this time, and I should have checked behind, but I didn't. I actually value bet 2K. I had about 6K left, 7K left, and he raised me another 3. What's he check raising me with? It's got to have the flush, right? But the pot was sizable. I had to make the call with my 3 9s. Well, I didn't have to, but I did. And he had a 9, but he had 9-7. I had 9-6, and damn it, the 7 played. I should never have been involved in that hand in the first place. So anyway, by the time it came to the Jacks versus the Jacks hand that I shoved, I got knocked out on, I was already low. So you live and learn. Let's see if I can play a little better today. Today's the monster. But yesterday, I went for a break after the 6 max, and then I went and played some 1-2, and I bought him for 200, and I cashed out for 655. So the $400 buy-in for the 6 max, I won it all back. So that was pretty cool. I had some really nice spots. I got aces back to back, so that was really good. In one hand, there was a guy to my right who just bet $16 in the hand previously, and everyone folded, and he just lost a hand. He was a little tilty off, I think. Anyway, the very next hand I got aces, 2 black aces, and he raised $16 again. So I was middle position, middle to early position. To disguise the strength of my hand, I just flatted, and I was thinking, well, let him spew off here. Everybody else folded, and we saw a flop. The flop came Jack high, I think it was, rainbow, and he bet $20, $25. So I just flatted. Let him spew it off. So when the turn came, he just bet again. He bet, I think it was $25 again. So this time I raised him to something like $55 from his $25 bet, and he re-raised me back, made it 125 or something. Well, I only started with 200, so I just jammed it all in. He just completed the extra 40, 50 bucks, and we saw a river card, and I just turned over my aces, and he mucked. So I got a full double up with my aces against him, so that was pretty good. I think he had an overpair to the board as well as I did, because he said to the dealer, well, thanks, buddy. Harrahs, Cherokee. I always like it here. Not as good as Vegas, I don't think, because I like Vegas with all the different poker rooms and what have you. But this is the closest poker room to my home, and I love it when WSOP comes to town. And I do like Cherokee. I come and stay here quite often, so it's really good.
2 in the morning if you get up. When you get that far. Yeah.
Hey, this is the break of the monster stack. First break. I've just got below the starting stack. I was above the starting stack.
Alright, players in
and then I run a 3-barrel bluff.
Make your way back to your table.
I was above the starting stack till I run a 3-barrel bluff, defending my big blind against a middle position raise. Or I think the blinds were 75, 150, and he raised it 350. So I made the call, and it came ace high with 2 diamonds. I totally whiffed it. He raised. I should have just mugged, but I check raised him, repping a big ace, and he thought about it, but he called. And once he calls, he's got an ace or a flush draw. Probably got the ace. I of course can either check and give up on the turn, which was a blank, or I can continue barreling. Of course I continue barreling because you don't win tournaments checking, do you? So I bet 2,000, he called. I bet 3,200 on the river, continuing my line that I had a big ace or a set or something like that, and he thought about it for a minute, and he made the call, so I just mugged. No need to show. I had 10-7 of hearts, and I totally missed, so there you go. So it wasn't too damaging. We started with 30k. I've got 25 something, so we're pretty good.
675.
Ooh. Okay guys, I was running short though. I had 12 big blinds left, ante 75, small blind 5, small blind 250, big blind 500. I had 6,600, and I had Queen Jack early position. I just went crazy and jammed it all in there. It was probably I got fed up of limping and folding and all that sort of crap, and I was getting really bad cards. So anyway, I got called by aces, and everybody else folded. He flipped over his aces. I flipped over Queen Jack. I give him the old sorry in advance story. And I hit a jack on the flop and a queen on the river to double up. Oh man, you gotta get lucky. And that was my lucky spot, I guess. Anyway, there is the room. I'm on a 15-minute break. So so that's eased the situation. I'm not in shove mode right now, but I certainly need to catch a good hand so that I can, or good hand or two, good spots. I just need to get lucky and, you know, let the cards run a little better, and that'll be good. So I'm still in the monster, still fighting it out. There's one hand I can tell you about. I was in the big blind with 9-6 and early position raised. Then there was one caller Other guy re-raised. I folded my 9-6. Early position called. Middle position went all in. First re-raiser went all in and called. No, he just went all in. And the other guy thought and thought and thought and thought, and he called with ace king. The other two had pocket queens. And so the flop come down with a 6. And you got it. Runner 9s on the turn, and the river would have given me a vote. The queens chopped it. But they just couldn't see the hand for that price in the big blind. So that was a shame that I wasn't stupid enough to play 9-6 to a raise and a re-raise. Yeah, good right now.
Number 7, you guys should make your seats. Come back with an ante of 1,000, small blind 3,000, big blind 6,000. Dealer, shut up the deal. 136 cards banking in, monsters back.
Okay, and check. All hands exposed. Ace queen. All hands exposed.
Wow. I'm alive.